I created a configurable nether portal, and what that means is if you go through this portal, obviously you're going to end up in the nether, which is what you'd expect from your nether portal. It's the least it can do. And if you turn around and go right back into it, you're also going to find yourself in the same room you came from, which is obviously not a surprise so far. So what's so special about this portal? Remember those times when you go through your portal and you end up in your neighbor's house or somewhere that's not your home, not your original portal? Well, I'm exploiting that issue to create configurable portals so that when you press the button here, you get to choose which portal you're going to. If you like this idea, stick around and I'll show you how to do it step by step. And if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button because I'm coming up with new videos and new ideas almost every single day. And now that you've seen how this nether portal works, let's go ahead and build one from scratch. Here are all the materials that you're going to need for this build. Make sure you get all of these except for the wool blocks, which can actually be anything that you want. And let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to start by building the first nether portal, and I like to make these a little wider than usual just to give me enough space to put all my redstone contraptions and stuff. It doesn't really need to be wider, but in this case I like to make it 5 blocks wide on the inside so that I have all the space I need. Now that the portal is complete, we're going to activate it and we're going to step through it so it can be activated and the nether portal in the nether is opened. And the only thing I'm going to need to do here is make this portal a little bit bigger. Like I said, this is not required, it's just something I like to do to give myself space to work with dispensers and all of that stuff. So once I do that, I'm going to activate the portal and step right into the outer world. So now that we're done building the first nether portal, it's time to build the second one. And I'm going to keep it pretty close for the sake of this video, but you can actually take it a lot farther, and I'm going to put a link in the description to an excellent tutorial that will help you understand how far nether portals can be from each other to be linked or not linked. So let's go ahead and build this nether portal and activate it. And being this close, I'm pretty sure that is going to lead us to the same nether portal in the nether. Once that condition is met, we'll be ready to build everything else. So let's go ahead and walk right into the portal and see what happens. And as you can see, it looks like we came out through the same nether portal. So now that the linking is successful, we can go ahead and start building the tiny circuit that we need here, which is essentially just a dispenser loaded with any type of block that you need. So let's go ahead and set that up, and then we're going to go to the other side and set up all the more exciting stuff. All we're going to do here is we're going to place a block right here on the edge, and then we're going to place a dispenser that faces into the nether portal. No, into the nether portal. And then we're going to load this dispenser with blocks and place a button on the block under it or on it, whatever you prefer. And that's all for the nether. We're not even going to need to do anything on this side anymore. So let's go ahead and press the button so that we send a block to the other side, and that will tell us which nether portal on the surface we need to start working on first. So first things first, we're going to highlight these portals so that we know which is which when we're working and coming in and out of the nether. So I'm going to highlight this one with blue wool and this one with yellow wool. And now that we have that set up, we can go ahead and start working on the circuit for this first nether portal which we came out of. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place 4 blocks right here, and then we're going to break the top 3 blocks. Once that's done, we're going to place a chest on the lower block, and then we're going to place 2 hoppers, one leading into the chest and one leading into the hopper, so that the top hopper is now flush with the edge of the portal. And now that that's done, we're going to go behind this setup and we're going to place 2 blocks just like this, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to place a comparator sticking out of the lower hopper and facing to the back like this. And what this is going to do is whenever there's an item dropped into the hopper, the comparator is going to flash on and off. So this part is good. Now we're going to go ahead and place a block right here and place a note block above it. And then we're going to place an observer facing into this note block. And then we would want a block right in front of this observer with a line of redstone on it. Next, we're going to place an observer going up, facing down into this redstone. And then we're going to place 2 building blocks between the observer and the nether portal. Next, we're going to go ahead and place a repeater on this block facing toward the portal. And then we're going to place a dispenser facing into the portal. And now we're going to place a bucket of water into the dispenser. And we do need a block of redstone to be placed right here on this observer. And now this part is completely done. So whenever an item is dropped into this hopper, we should see water come in, then get back into the dispenser, breaking the nether portal. And that's perfect. So that's what we needed. This is the first part that's going to turn off this portal and allow us to go through the second one. Next, we're going to build the circuit that reactivates the nether portal. And this one is pretty simple. There's just going to be a block down here in the corner, and then we're going to have a dispenser pointing into the portal, and we're going to place flint and steel inside the dispenser, and that's it. So I'm going to test it right now by putting a button right here, but eventually we're going to have a redstone cable coming in from the other portal to activate this one. And now we're basically done with this portal, so I'm just going to add 2 blocks here for the redstone that we're going to add eventually, and then we're going to go to the other portal and start working on the circuit over there. Now for the second portal, we're going to do exactly the same thing at first by putting 4 blocks right down the side and then breaking the top 3. Next, we're going to place a chest and then 2 hoppers leading into the chest. And finally, we're going to place some blocks down the side of the chest that connect to this line up here, which will eventually have redstone leading all the way to the other side. Next, we're going to place a comparator sticking out of the lower hopper and then a repeater leading into this block. And then we're going to run a line of redstone all the way to the other side, obviously making sure that you don't go more than 15 blocks without adding a repeater. So I'm just going to add a repeater here to be safe, and then we're going to run the line straight into the dispenser, and believe it or not, we are pretty much done except for a very minor detail. And just to give you a quick demonstration now, if I toss something into this hopper, that portal is going to come back on. So right now we're actually pretty much done, but what we're going to need to do is place a couple of blocks right in front of each hopper to prevent the blocks coming through the portal from flying over it and missing the hopper. And if you look at my previous videos, you might see me building huge glass structures in front of the portal, but that's just because I was discovering the feature and I had no idea that you really don't need that much because they're always going to come out in front of that first block. So we really just need 2 blocks. If you see some getting missed, maybe place a 3rd block above it. But with these 2 blocks, everything has been working consistently for me. So why don't we just go ahead and try it. Now that we're in the nether, I'm going to walk back in and we'll see where we come out. So here we are in the blue portal. We're going to go right back in the nether and we're going to see if our switch is working now. I'm going to turn around and press the button and let's hop in. Alright, we came out of the yellow portal. I just love how this works, even though it's very simple. The other portal turns off and so we come out at the right one. And now I can go back there. We're going to try it again. We're going to turn this. We're going to press the button. Hop right into the portal. And as you see, we come out of the blue portal on the other side. So it looks like we set everything up correctly. What do you think? I thought this was really cool. And not only that, I kept looking for someone who has done something similar for any type of nether portal creation like this, and I couldn't. And I'm really being surprised every day as I'm creating these videos, and I can't find anyone who has done these things. So it's either that I'm operating in a bubble in a place that nobody cares about, or I'm actually discovering some pretty cool stuff. So it would help if you can leave a comment and tell me if I'm crazy. But if you've enjoyed this video, again, please consider subscribing and then come back to see my next video, which will probably be coming out really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.